Hey, baseball fans. Welcome back to Tits and Streams, your go-to channel for daily baseball predictions. I'm Koken, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop on today's top matchups. Before we dive into today's picks, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our latest predictions. If you enjoy our content, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends who love baseball and sports betting. Our channel relies entirely on your support. We don't have any sponsors, so every like, share, and comment helps us keep going. If you'd like to support us even more, consider donating by pressing the thanks button under this video. We love hearing from you. Drop a comment below. Your feedback makes our channel better. All right, let's get into today's predictions. Today we have predictions for 4 MLB games. The first prediction for today is for a game between the Kansas City Royals and New York Yankees. I'm gearing up for tonight's matchup between the Yankees and Royals, and it's one that's loaded with intrigue. Marcus Stroman is set to take the hill for New York, while Seth Lugo gets the start for Kansas City. Stroman has been a bit of a puzzle this season. He started the year strong, but lately he's been showing signs of fatigue. His last outing against Texas was rough. He gave up 5 earned runs in just 3.2 innings. Over his last few starts, his ERA has crept up to 5.74, and he's given up 18 home runs this season. His control has also been an issue, with 58 walks on the year. If the Yankees want a shot at this, Stroman needs to find his rhythm fast. On the other side of the mound, Lugo has been a real asset for the Royals. Originally a bullpen arm, Lugo transitioned to the rotation this season, and it's been paying off. In his last 2 starts, both against top-tier teams like the Astros and Guardians, he's gone 7 innings each time, giving up just 1 run and 6 hits in both games. With a 3.05 ERA and 159 strikeouts across 186 innings, Lugo's been the most reliable arm Kansas City has had this season. When it comes to hitting, the Yankees have been slightly more productive than the Royals against right-handers, batting .241 over their last 10 games, compared to Kansas City's 199. But neither team has fared well against left-handers, with the Royals batting a dismal 127 and the Yankees managing a .247 average. The offensive output could tilt either way, but both teams have glaring issues in their bullpens. Kansas City's relievers have posted a 5.46 ERA recently, while New York's bullpen has been even shakier with a 6.21 ERA. This game could come down to who can weather the storm in the later innings. What's interesting here is that both teams have struggled on Tuesdays. New York has gone 2-7 in their last 9 Tuesday games, and Kansas City has fared even worse at 2-11 in their last 13. Despite this odd stat, I think the Royals have the upper hand tonight. Lugo's been in command lately, and with the Royals riding a 4-game winning streak, I'm leaning toward them pulling off another win. New York might be slight favorites, but at plus 130, it's hard to pass up the value on Kansas City. The Royals have been playing with confidence, and given the Yankees' bullpen woes and Stroman's inconsistency, backing Kansas City on the money line feels like the smart move.
Welcome to BetUS, Sportsbook and Casino, your ultimate hub for secure and thrilling sports betting and casino gaming. BetUS is one of the oldest and most reliable online sportsbooks in the U.S., serving millions of clients all over the globe each month. BetUS, trusted for over 30 years, offers huge welcome bonuses, countless betting options, and many deposit and payout methods. Depositing funds is a breeze and safe, with a minimum deposit of just $10. Payouts are fast and hassle-free, beginning at only $50. Choose from various payout options like MoneyGram, couriered check, cryptocurrency, or bank wire. Signing up is quick and easy. For signing up, you can use the link in the description and enjoy a generous 125% welcome bonus of up to $3,000. By signing up using the link in the description, you'll also support us as we earn a small commission from your registration at BetUS. Thank you for supporting us. Join now and start winning.
The second prediction for today is for a game between the Oakland Athletics and Houston Astros. Looking ahead to this matchup between the Oakland Athletics and the Houston Astros on September 10, 2024, you can't help but feel intrigued by the dynamics at play, especially if you're inclined to back the underdog. The Athletics have had a tumultuous season, sitting at 62-82, but they've flashed signs of resilience when their offense clicks. In fact, they've managed to win 6 of their last 9 games when they score at least 4 runs, a key stat as they head into this game. Osvaldo Bido takes the mound for Oakland, and despite the team's struggles, he's been a bright spot in their rotation. His 5.3 record and 3.41 ERA tell the story of a pitcher who's quietly been effective, especially on the road. Opponents have hit just 177 against him away from Oakland, and his recent starts have been solid, giving him a lot of confidence heading into this game. What's more, Beto's success against Houston this season, a tidy 1.80 ERA, suggests he knows how to keep their potent lineup in check. Over his last 5 outings, where he's posted a 1.64 ERA, Beto looks like he's in fine form for this matchup. The Astros, meanwhile, are in the thick of the playoff race with a 77-66 record. They've been inconsistent lately, and that's largely due to the up-and-down performances of Spencer Arrighetti, who will be starting for Houston. His 7.12 record and 4.82 ERA reflect his struggles this year, and his last start was a disaster, as he lasted just 2/3 of an inning and gave up 9 runs. Despite his 151 strikeouts over 125 innings, his 5.06 ERA against Oakland is worrisome. This inconsistency from Arrighetti opens the door for Oakland, particularly since the Athletics have won 4 of their last 5 games as road underdogs. They've also been strong in covering the run line, particularly in night games following a loss. Oakland's lineup may be inconsistent, but they rank 5th in the league with 182 home runs this season. Houston's bullpen has been dependable, but Arrighetti's struggles could make this game more competitive than expected. Houston's offense is led by veterans like Jose Altuve and Yordan Alvarez. Altuve's 171 hits and 60 RBIs this season have been stellar, while Alvarez has been a power hitter with a 3.11 average and several home runs in recent games. Despite this firepower, they'll need to be at their best to handle Beto's steady performance, especially on the road. When looking at past head-to-head meetings, Houston has dominated this rivalry, winning 70% of recent matchups. However, recent trends suggest they could be vulnerable. The Astros have dropped 3 of their last 4 games as home favorites after a loss, and they've struggled in Arrighetti's starts, going just 3-8 in his last 11 outings. Oakland, on the other hand, has been more competitive than expected in similar situations, often outperforming when they're coming off a loss. The Astros might be favorites, but I'm not sold on the steep odds for a team relying on a shaky starter like Arrighetti. Beto's steady hand gives Oakland a real shot at an upset, and if the A's can get some early runs, they'll be in a good position, especially if Houston's bullpen is called into action early. With all this in mind, I'm backing the Oakland Athletics on the money line. Beto's form, paired with Arrighetti's struggles, makes this a smart play with the potential for a nice payout at 1.5 times your stake. The third prediction for today is for a game between the New York Mets and Toronto Blue Jays. In this upcoming showdown between the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Mets, Chris Bassett is taking the ball for the Blue Jays, while David Peterson gets the start for the Mets. Bassett was initially slated to pitch on Monday, but a late decision moved him to Tuesday. Whether this shift will work out in Toronto's favor is up for debate. The Mets recently snapped a 9-game winning streak, but bounced back by winning the first game of this series. Currently sitting in second place in the National League East, they are 7 games out of first and hold on to the 3rd National League wildcard spot, just 1 game ahead of the Atlanta Braves. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays have hit a rough patch, losing 6 of their last 7 contests. They find themselves anchored at the bottom of the American League East, with the 4th fewest wins in the league and sitting 8.5 games back of the final American League wildcard spot. Toronto enters this game too as a home underdog, posted at plus 120, with the total set at 8 runs. When it comes to Bassett, his recent outings have been shaky at best. His home performances, in particular, have raised red flags. On the season, Bassett holds a 4.78 ERA at the Rogers Center, compared to a more respectable 3.65 ERA on the road. In his last 3 starts at home, he's been hit hard, giving up 15 runs, 14 earned, across just 15.1 innings. Those numbers don't exactly inspire confidence, and with the Blue Jays alternating between wins and losses in Bassett's last 5 home starts, it's hard to trust him to deliver. Toronto's bullpen hasn't been much better, posting a 4.55 ERA over the last 2 weeks, which falls below the league average. With unreliable pitching from both the starters and the bullpen, it's tough to back the Blue Jays in this matchup. On the flip side, the Mets are rolling with David Peterson, who's been nothing short of outstanding recently. Since the start of August, Peterson has posted a stellar 1.81 ERA across 7 starts. He's consistently provided the Mets with quality innings, usually going 6 or more and allowing 2 or fewer earned runs. The Mets have capitalized on his efforts, going 14-3 in his 17 starts this season, a clear sign of his impact on the team's success. With the Mets still in the hunt for a wild-card berth, their motivation is crystal clear. On the other hand, the Blue Jays seem to be playing out the string, with little fight left in them. Shuffling their starters around feels like a desperate move rather than a well-thought-out strategy. In the end, the Mets' combination of solid pitching and their playoff aspirations makes them the team to back in this game. The Blue Jays, led by the inconsistent Bassett, seem to be coasting toward the offseason, while David Peterson continues to shine. I'm taking the Mets on the money line to keep their momentum going. The fourth prediction for today is for a game between the San Diego Padres and Seattle Mariners. The Seattle Mariners are gearing up for a pivotal clash against the San Diego Padres, a matchup that holds significant playoff stakes. The Mariners, with a 73-71 record, are trailing 3.5 games behind in the chase for the final wildcard spot in the American League. They've gained some momentum lately, winning 4 out of their last 5 games in a series against the St. Louis Cardinals. Ever since Edgar Martinez stepped in as the hitting coach, the Mariners' offense has shown signs of life, especially after Scott Servais's exit. Seattle's playoff hopes are hanging by a thread, making every game crucial as they try to close the 4-game gap in the wild-card race. With the Minnesota Twins pulling away, the Mariners have virtually no room for mistakes as the regular season ticks down. From this point on, every matchup feels like a do-or-die situation for Seattle. Meanwhile, the Padres, 81-64, are sitting at the top of the National League wildcard race, leading by 2 games. Although they've got a bit more cushion than the Mariners, San Diego still finds themselves in a fierce competition. They're neck and neck with the Arizona Diamondbacks and barely ahead of the New York Mets and Atlanta Braves. With 4 teams battling for just 3 wildcard slots, every game has major implications. A strong close to the season could seal the top wildcard position for the Padres, but a few slip-ups could have them scrambling to keep their playoff hopes alive. Despite some tough losses to Seattle in July, San Diego has been one of the most consistent teams in the National League. For this matchup, Seattle will put their trust in young pitcher George Kirby. Kirby has displayed flashes of brilliance, boasting a 3.61 ERA and 162 strikeouts over 167 innings this season. However, his recent outings have been shaky, with a 5.51 ERA over his last 3 starts. Known for his control, with only 21 walks on the season, Kirby will need to be razor-sharp to give Seattle a fighting chance, as the offense has had its ups and downs. On the other hand, the Padres are turning to Yu Darvish, who is making his second start since coming off the injured list. In his first game back, Darvish struggled, lasting just 2.2 innings and surrendering 3 runs on 4 hits, including a home run. He'll be looking to bounce back and provide a more stable performance this time around. Offensively, the Mariners have outpaced the Padres against right-handed pitchers over the last 10 games, hitting .267 compared to San Diego's .252. Seattle's bullpen has also been lights out recently, with a 2.56 ERA compared to the Padres' 3.23. Yet despite those numbers, San Diego has excelled on the road in interleague play, going 6-2 in their last 8 such games. On the flip side, Seattle is 8-2 in their last 10 home games, but they've struggled when Kirby takes the mound in interleague matchups, winning just 4 of his last 14 starts. Seattle is in a desperate win-now mode, but their inability to close out games and score runs has cost them dearly, blowing a once-promising division lead. On the other side, San Diego has been one of the strongest teams in the second half of the season and is as healthy as they've been all year. With Yu Darvish, a top-tier pitcher when he's on, back in the rotation, the Padres look more complete. When push comes to shove, I've got to back the Padres. I'm rolling with San Diego on the money line.